How you doing? I'm here with Cara Delevingne. Say hi. Oh, she don't look too good like that. So, today we're not only remastering the rotation, the sideways, and whatever. I am actually gonna make you a full-on folder of like the simple transition that you can do pretty much at any time. The mega link, you're gonna have pretty much not exactly what I'm using, but I'll redo the transitions for you on a file that you can save. Everything I'll teach you right now is gonna be on that folder. Cool? Yes. All right, so here we are. Today we're working with Thor Ragnarok. I love that movie. That movie is so good. Hela is just my favorite ever. So let's start this up. As usual, we're using thermal curves for the settings. This is the perfect effect that you could use for any sorts of transition works, and this is personally my favorite. What I do to do an effect is always two effects, so you're gonna drag on two thermal curves right away. Since we're doing rotation right now, obviously we're gonna click on the animate button for rotation. So what I said last time is that what I usually do is I either work with a transition that's gonna go between 10 and 15 frames. So right now we're at 10. I'm usually just gonna go around with however I feel. So I'm gonna make it like a quicker in, and it's gonna go lighter after. So for rotate, what I think gets tricky is if you turn it too much, it's gonna turn into a big mess. So for rotation, my trick is I'm usually just gonna go for between, I'd say, usually below 50. So the first point is 0. You're gonna right click slow. I'm doing stuff without even explaining it. And then the last frame, since you're, going into the transition, right click and fast and drag it at the end. The reason why I didn't do it right now is just because we could see it, because your last frame is just first frame for the next one. I'm gonna, for the next effect track, for the animation, first of all, it's gonna be much quicker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna go usually less than 5 for like the boost effect. So right click slow, and then since the upper one is at 30, usually I'm just gonna go with multiplying it by 2. So in this case it'd be 60. Since I feel like anything that's below 80 to me is usually not a huge number for transition, so right click and fast, and we're actually gonna put it at 4 since here's a 12 frame. I would have put it at 5 before if I went for like 15 for the upper track instead of 12. So again, this is just a matter of perspective, what you prefer. Before looking at what it looks like right now, we're just gonna go straight up and do it for the other one so that you can see what the rotation looks like. So we're just gonna drag on 2 of them, and then when the animation part starts up, so you're gonna go 12 frames after. So you can see it here, it's pretty easy, you don't have to count it. So slow, since this is the 0 point and you're finishing your transition. And then since in the last one we were at 30 and 60, we're gonna go minus 30 to continue that transition. So animate for the second one. 4 frames in, slow, and then the first frame is minus 60. There we go. So first frame, fast. And let's see. Yes. Rotation done. Let's move on. Back to square one. So you have 2 effects on your video right now. So you're obviously going to work with either the X or the Y on your map. And since in this case we're doing left and right, because I've just decided that, you're going to click on the animate button for Shift X, and you're really just going with the same technique. So it's not that complicated. You go 10 frames or 12, whatever, to make your transition. Right click and make it slow. And then for the first part, usually I just go with 100 or below because it's a smooth transition, unless you want to make it dramatic. That's up to you. And then you pretty much do the same thing with the second one. So if I'm working with Z-Dist, Shift X, Shift Y, pretty much anything that's not a rotate, what I usually do is that I'm gonna make a math. If that's the maximum I have is 0.5, the dramatic, I'm gonna make it 0.4, and then the 0.1 that I'm missing is gonna be the slow and first transition on top. So that's why in this case I put 0.4 and on the top one I put 0.1 so that it can kind of just fill each other up, because that's how my head works. That's how I see the transition going on. I put my glasses on. They're dirty. I knew why I didn't wear them. All right, so there we go. That's good for this. We're gonna make it for the other side. So we're gonna go with the same technique as we've been doing. You're gonna drag 2 on them, Shift X animate, and dragging this to the 12th frame, right click slow. The beginning, we're gonna make it minus 0.1, since in the first one, it's 0.1. And then what are we missing to go to minus 0.5? Well, minus 0.4, so that's pretty much what we're doing. You drag it to like, let's say 4, right click slow, and then minus 0.4. Fast, Shift B, let's see what it looks like. Cool, moving on. All right, so if we're going with the same thought that I've been saying with Shift X, and that Shift Y is basically the same thing, but it's just you're working with up and down instead of left and right, I'm not gonna do just the Y. So to make it easy, of course, I'll just have the link below so you can save it up and have it for your own folder. If you have any questions about anything else with Blur More Curves, let me know, because in the next tutorials, I think I'm just gonna go somewhere else, because I really feel like this is way too easy. This is pretty much basic stuff. Thank you guys for watching. I'm such a good singer. Such a good liar. All right, bye.